Holy smokes. What a morning. It's just, I just can't get this thing to work. Yes, and my hair looks just mental or something. I don't know. Yeah, I need to have a shower today. So, yes, my name is Gloria Savanto. I am out here in Cebu Beach, Alberta, Canada. And if we haven't met before, please introduce yourself in the chats or the comments and let me know where you're coming in from. And if you're catching me on the replay, let me know so I can give you a shout out a little later today. So, I help women break out of some ruts and I help them learn to come on social media to apply some of the tips and tricks that we are learning in order to get part of a virtual community. So, I want to discuss today why I have chosen this particular career or this industry moving forward. I got notes. I'm going to be reading some notes because I just want to make sure that my mindset comes across clearer. And, this has been something that I have been learning about over, the last year and a half. And it's like, when you enter into high school, you feel that, you're going into grade 10 and you just don't feel like you belong. And, once you get through grade 10 and then you go into grade 11, you kind of feel like now you have a sense of being and you know who your friends are, the school better. And now you're looking at down at the new students that are coming in and maybe you're welcoming them. I mean, when I was in high school, boy, frosh and hazing was still a big thing. And I never participated in that because I didn't like it having done to me, so why would I do it to someone else? So a year and a half in this industry isn't a long time when you are taking it from an old school mythology and you're learning how to apply it on social media. And this is why I come on and I do live video. um, why I chose this career over, saying to go and trade my time for money and to actually go work for an employer. Well, I've been saved by the bell, whereas I don't have to drive every day. I mean, my vehicles, I would run the wheels right off my vehicles, and then I would have to buy a new vehicle just for the travel time. But that's not the big thing. The big thing is for me is it really has nothing to do with the industry itself. Okay, so what do I mean by that? That the industry itself is just a byproduct. Uh, Getting into it, social media, app knowledge, education, and the behind the scenes training is what I'm all about. So, I mean, one of these days you're going to have to give up your training and you're going to have to start to apply. Well, I mean, I learn and I grow, and then I grow and I learn, and then I train a little bit more. And then, all of a sudden there's a new app that comes out, and, you've got to go and figure out how this app works. And for me, this keeps my cognitive thinking on par. It keeps me active. It keeps me motivated. And it gets me away from the time wasters. I've talked about those before, and that would be watching television or, whatever the case may be. Reading a book isn't a time waster if it is going to help you understand yourself better or, the world better or whatever the case may be. But for me, learning online and going and applying all this new knowledge that I'm getting from the training, for me, it's like, it's not as hard as what people are saying it is. Some people may take longer. Some people may be able to pick it up a lot quicker, but it all depends on where we are. Okay, we might all be in the same boat, but we're all in different levels of the boat. We might be at the front, we might be at the back. Some people are already sitting in the lifeboat with their life jackets on because they just want to get off this. They just want to get off this situation, and they just want to just go away and just forget that this has ever happened. And I was telling somebody the other day that it doesn't matter how far you go away from the problem, it's always going to follow you. And that's the same when it comes to social media. So I know there's people who they play on Facebook and they post and and stuff like that, but it comes down to, what are you afraid of? What are you actually afraid of? When you learn to go how to apply and pick up some creative apps and learning how to do other programs, there are training platforms that I've been doing, and some of them are free and some of them are paid for, of course. But it's meeting others regardless of their success stories. It's meeting others regardless of what level they are on this boat or where they feel like they're in this situation right now. Financially, the no money, they've got money, but they don't want to do this. I know some people who are just running their tails off right now because they're in the retail, and because so many people are getting sick and they're staying home because they have a fear based around it that they're giving the other employees that are working. I mean, we're looking at 10-12 hour days for some of these ladies, and they're not getting a break. So I mean, for retail, Christmas is the worst time. I mean, because these people are now facing, this new challenge, and the new, the regulations and everything that are happening. And yet the retail sector, they're just there trying to serve the public. And that's got to be the toughest. That's got to be the toughest thing. And I mean, I remember working retail. I remember working over the Christmas and stuff like that. And it was a really tough go. So meeting others regardless of their success stories means that I get to do this virtually from my home. I don't have to go and deal with the public. I don't have to drive, to further impede the damage I already have on my vehicles, because I know they need repairs. This way I'm not going to be stranded on the side of the highway. It is a safe place. It's a safe learning curve, and you do it at your own speed and, on your own schedule. The visual and the photos. Okay, who doesn't love seeing, the lives and activities of other people? Well, every morning on my personal page, I go out and I take the pictures of the phenomenal sunrises that we have out here. And if I can catch the birds, and because I've got so many different types of birds out here, I will post my morning shots, to help people maybe get a little bit more inspiration moving forward in their day. Or it could be, even I don't get sunsets here, but I have been posting quite a few photos of the moon lately. And this phenomenal camera that I have here, or this phone, has an incredible camera on it. So I was actually able to get the Little Dipper last night, and I couldn't even see it with the naked eye. I just happened to shoot at the black sky, and I was able to capture the Little Dipper. That's really exciting. So looking at a person's life and looking how they're applying and what they're bringing to social media is really, really important. And it's telling me that some people are still hooked on the negative news, and they're still following outlets that are maybe reporting some not very nice stuff. And yet I'm trying to post the more positive aspects of what we can be doing with our life. And that's including the opportunity that I have available, not only to myself, but to other people, because I am a supporter. I am a true supporter of the other ladies. And a lot of people just don't realize that, or they're not getting it. So I have a couple of other points here. So who aren't scared to talk? Okay, well, I'm not scared to talk because I can do 2 or 3 go lives a day on all of my pages, and I'm not scared to talk about certain subjects. They may be boring to some people. Some people may think, oh, this is just totally boring, I don't want to listen to that. Who wants ideas and inspiration? Okay, I'm always looking for that. I mean, what can we do to make well, I mean, we all know how to clean house, I'm sure, or whichever the case may be. But I have done my own recipes for birds, suet, raw food ideas for the dogs. Just little things like that. I mean, I even fixed my own washing machine using a zip tie. I mean, I can help women with those ideas as well. So the other point I wanted to make here is that to be part of a virtual community is a big one. This is not new to me. It's not new to me. And I understand that there's some people who are huggers and they actually want face-to-face contact with the individual. I haven't had that for a long time. I see my brother every now and then. When I go shopping, I mean, there's nobody I know. I don't bump into anybody I know, so I don't have, a contact with anybody. Everything seems to be online. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I've been okay with that for years. I guess I've mentioned this before, and I'll mention it again, that I've been practicing for this day, or this situation for years. I'm already kind of a pro at being locked down. I know what it's like to be isolated, and I also know what it's like to have no contact, no physical contact with anybody because of where I live. Yeah, look at this crazy light that's happening through the window here. So to be part of a virtual community is also meaning that we're going to share our everyday struggles. So what does this all have to do with this career that I'm in? Well, everything that I just talked about has everything to do with this career choice. Everybody thinks it's about the products. Everybody thinks it's about getting people to join me. Ed, you're so funny. Hey, what are you doing on my laptop? Well, Ed, you're so funny. Yeah, I'm on your laptop because you know what? You just want to see me every day and you just can't stay away from my page. That's why I'm on your laptop. Yeah, you're funny. So, here's Ed, for instance. He's done automotive industry for years, and he has to leave his house to go to work. I don't have to leave my house. I just do what I do here. And I think when we talk about what I do and the career choice that I've made, which is obviously, of course, in the home-based business or the network marketing industry, it has nothing really to do on the forefront, because people just look at this. Well, you just want me to sign up and you want me to sell these products, and you want me to talk to strangers, and you want me to do this and you want me to do that. What everything I've talked about before, this is the bigger portion of it. This is the bigger picture. I mean, yeah, I'll hand you a business in the box and unpack it and tell you to just go and do what you need to do, and good luck and all this other stuff. Well, we don't play that way. Yesterday I had a 2-hour messenger chat with a lady, and you shouldn't be yelling at your neighbor. Oh, you're so funny. I yell at my neighbors all the time. I had a 2-hour messenger chat with an older lady yesterday, and this was fun. I mean, here's somebody who just plays on Facebook, but we went and set her up a business page yesterday. I walked her through the steps of setting up a banner using Canva, and we went through every little step one by one by one. And you know what? She was so proud of herself by the time we were done. I said, "You're not done. This is just the 1-2 hour thing that I spent with you. You are far from done." So we walked her through some of the little things about how to, go through your invite list and invite just certain people to your new fan page or your new business page. And she was really excited about this. And, this is part of the support that I offer. This is part of what makes my new career choice an obvious choice, because I've got the patience of dealing with the older people. I have the knowledge on how to use the apps and how to set up your own business or fan page, how to go through certain steps there, and then how to go into your, believe it or not, Facebook has a back office. It's not like your personal page where you just go into your settings. If you go into a business page, you got a whole new different set of back office skills there, where you actually can go in and set up your profanity. And I want to go and block Ed from watching my page because he's just annoying, so I can go in there and ban and block him there. Yeah. So there are other skills and stuff, but are you willing to actually put yourself out there and to learn all this back office stuff? Because really, have you heard me talk about the product or what I sell at all? Absolutely not. This is about the virtual community. This is about how we help others actually learn how to, get creative with these apps. Go on Instagram. This is what you should be doing maybe on Instagram if you want to get creative there. And, it's not all about posting memes and look at me and I'm so wonderful. Geez, I'm a huge success when actuality you're not. It's all about just putting your life out there. And like I said, I do my own pictures on Facebook every morning. I'll post pictures of the sunrise, and then at night I'll post, which part of the stars I was able to catch, or the moon. And then what I'm going to do is one of these nights is that when the temperature drops a little bit more, I'm going to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I know where I can go and see the northern lights. So I'll get up and go see the northern lights as well. So it's just all about being positive. It's all about how can you bring the virtual community together? How do you attract your tribe? Are you going to be able to find somebody who's kind of like your identical virtual footprint twin, say down in the US, because I'm up in Canada? And you know what? We think the world's a big place when in actuality it's not that big of a place, because social media has brought so many of us together. And like I said, I've been doing this for a while. I have been on social media actively doing these go lives for over it'll be 2 years now. And am I gaining traction? I am. uh, do some people dislike what I do? Of course. However, they can't take away the knowledge and the experience and the training that I've done in order to do the apps. Okay, so creative apps and programs, yes. Meeting others regardless of their success stories, absolutely. I'm a big supporter of helping people get through their daily struggles. And and here it comes down to the last statement. I am very teachable, but I'm not about the sales. What does that tell you about this career? That I'm constantly learning. I'm on a journey, and this journey is, as far as I'm concerned, it's not going to end, because social media changes, platforms changes, algorithms change, creative programs, and the biggest, newest, latest thing coming out is going to change. I mean, how many people here actually use TikTok? Well, I don't, because I mean, I got Instagram for that, because I can do reels, or I can do Instagram lives, just like what I'm doing here. So I really don't need to get onto the TikTok platform. How about we can relate some of some of the opportunities that are available to people according to your age. So I have a lady, she's in my messenger right now, telling me that I guess she's going to try and school me on her candle opportunity. And I know all about that. I mean, I've got my own girls in the neighborhood here that actually participate in that, and I have bought things from them. um, I'm not about the luxury item. I'm not about the luxury item. I've got more than enough that I need here, and I don't need to bring any more of that into my life. I use a very basic skincare program. I have makeup, but I don't wear makeup all the time, so that's not my target. My target is, of course, is aging gracefully, and it's going to help me move forward in my journey. And maybe somebody else will get inspired to want to ask me what I'm doing, because I mean, when you look at all the products that are available, and when you look at everything that we're maybe being bombarded with, uh, you are going to test run some markets, and you're going to find that some of them aren't as effective as what they claim to be. The ones that I have actually been taking, I'm shocked. I'm really surprised, because, like I said, my journey has taken me through this career choice for the last 30 years. Some years I played with it, some years I wasn't active, but I was still buying from my back office because it was a necessity at the time. Those things are no longer a necessity, because being going into 55 and moving into my later years, I have found that I need actual internal healing because of the surgeries that I went through, because of the addictions and the abuse I put on my body when I was younger. And now I'm going to pay for the result of the good times that I had in the past. I'm going to pay for them. The surgeries that I had, I mean, it was all relating to, just the body just breaking down, telling me, listen, you better slow down or we're going to shut you down. And when you get that kind of a wake up call, then you're going to start to realize, you know what, I can either continue on this path of, just destructive eating, drinking, whatever the case may be, or the wake up call is going to be, listen, even though I don't have children, I'm not married, I still have a purpose and I still have lots to contribute to the life that I'm leading in front of me, to the downline and the business partners that I'm bringing in. I have lots to contribute to them. I have lots to contribute to charity, especially the wildlife ones. I have lots to contribute yet to the philanthropy that I plan on setting up these trust funds for. And you can't do that with a broken down body. You just can't do that. So I realized, and this was a really hard thing for me to do, but for me to come into self-isolation, for me to read, and for me to not have all, all the chatter from people who are telling me, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. I had to go and do a deep dive inside myself, and I needed that inner voice to come out. Not this child thing, because the child has no experience with that, but I needed to have the educated subconscious mind develop in order for me to understand that, listen, and this is for me, ladies, it's not for anybody else. This is what I had to do, but I had to realize internal healing had to come out. Internal struggles had to also come out. The conflicts had to rise to the surface and be dealt with. And I needed to learn how to distinguish between what was going to be something that I wanted to actually confront, or was it not worth my time, and just let it go. I needed to realize this. So this is what my journey has brought me to. The solo travel, for me to realize that I can be on my own and not go crazy because I don't have somebody else there to, deal with, and whichever. This is why I chose this career. I chose this career. And a lot of people don't want to identify with that. So it doesn't have it for me. It's not about, joining an organization, making sure you're on your auto ship. Oh my God, I got to pay this month a month. I don't want this coming in. I don't want that. But you know what? I want to make the money. That's an employee mindset. Okay. That is an employee mindset. They think that because they put in the time that they should be rewarded. That's an employee mindset. And unfortunately, there's a lot of ladies and, and husband and wife teams that think that, they're just going to throw an ad up. It's a sponsored post on Facebook, and they've been led to believe that, through a funnel system, somebody's going to ask for more information or learn more, and they're going to enter their email. And that's how easy it is. That's not attraction marketing. That's not finding your tribe. That's not identifying with the ladies that we need to reach out to and say, listen, I understand your struggle. It's not about the business. We can talk about whatever the case may be. Like, where is your breakdown happening? And this is what this community does, is that we come together as a community and we talk about our everyday struggles. We talk about how to manage, a midlife crisis situation that somebody's going through. I mean, it's not about what we consume or wear or display a luxury item. It's not about that. And when the people start to realize that this is a bigger thing, it's bigger than you and I will ever be, and the community is massive, and it is massive. There's always going to be somebody there who has dealt with the chronic terminal illnesses to something as simple as I need to sleep better at night. What do you have? What do you have that is going to help me sleep? And there's some people who have reached out to me and said, I just can't sleep very well. I need something to help me sleep. And yet they're bombarded on TV with the commercials that, you're going to get the best night's sleep on this mattress. Come give me $2,700 and I'll give you the best mattress ever. That's not solving your problem. You can sleep on the grass, or you can sleep on a concrete floor if you can get your mind at rest. And if you're tired, and if you feel like you've done a good job that day, you will move forward. So yes, I can hand you a business in the box. I can hand you a new career. I can tell you the steps, what need to be done, because an employee likes to be told what to do, and they like it to be laid out for them. But are you ready? Are you ready to understand that there is a community here, that we get to meet all of the wonderful people that I have met over the last 2 years, that there are opportunities to grow? Are you teachable? And can you bring yourself out of a position of, this pity party has got to end. The situation's not going away. I was watching that go live of this lady talking about, how we can actually learn how to do creative apps and different programs. And, this will keep me busy instead of watching mindless TV and all the news stations that are just feeding me the garbage food that I don't need. Maybe it's time for me to make a change. Maybe it is finally high time for me to make a change. And if you are willing to make the change, and if you were teachable, and if you feel like you can have a coach, it might not be me, it could be somebody else. But if you feel like that, you do need a coach, and you need not somebody who thinks they're registered, but just somebody, an everyday common person who has gone through what you've gone through. We don't look wonderful. We're not Instagram camera ready. And look at my Go Lives. I mean, I'm half in the shade, I'm half in the sun. I don't buy the expensive equipment. This is where I help the individuals learn that, you know what, you don't need the high priced items to, to come and do professional Go Lives. You don't need the best computer. All you need is a willingness and a desire to say, enough is enough. I'm not going to be here this time next year or 2 years from now, and I'm going to take a chance on me for a change. So that's why I chose this career. That's why I chose it, because there are some very strong individuals out there who came from nothing and they still think they're nothing, even though they do hit the stages, and they don't like hitting the stage because they feel like their story isn't relevant. There is humility with these people. There is also a humble existence to knowing that, this is me and this is who I am. And I'm not afraid to show the world that this is who I truly am. Okay, ladies, that's going to be the Go Live for today. I'm not going to go on for very much longer, but there is an opportunity. There is. And, you just have to just send me a message and let's get to it. And let's make 2021 a different situation. Okay. So again, if you don't know me, my name is Gloria. I live out here in Seaman Beach, Alberta, Canada. And you guys have an awesome, whatever day it is today. I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, you guys have an awesome day. Okay. And we'll talk soon. All right. Bye.